your destiny, your promise, your future. You might as well shout before you get it. Because God sent me here to tell you that what he has for you is gonna be big. I believe that it's my season. That it's my season. You ought to declare that over your own life. Say, I believe.
You better declare it over your life. You hear what he said. Believe that it's your season.
That it's my time.
Believe that it's your time.
It's my time.
Tomorrow ain't promised to you. Some people went to sleep last night and didn't wake up this morning.
Say breakthroughs in the room.
Breakthroughs in the room. Y'all better receive it. Breakthroughs in the room. If you don't believe it, you can't receive it. Amen. On June 28th of 2007, I was sentenced to 364 months in federal prison. 364. That equals out to 30 years and 4 months. I had never been in no trouble before. I was a school teacher, the good girl, the one they put on the pedestal. First one to graduate from college and the first one to go to prison. I got caught up selling drugs, involved in a big drug conspiracy. Eventually I was charged with 154 kilos of cocaine, distributed over the Panhandle, Georgia, Florida, and Alabama. Excelled in school. Nobody would have thought, not the little good girl, not the pastor's daughter. Yeah, the pastor's daughter went to prison. Did everything I thought I was bad enough to do. If I felt like getting up in the morning, going to New York and shop, guess what I did? Get my son for me from school today. Hop on a plane, that's what I went and did. Wasn't nothing off limits. Got so bad, guess what? I even slept with a married man. Something like that I'd never do. I watched how women tore my mom and my father's marriage up in the church. And seeing the hurt that it caused. And I said, oh, I'd never do that. But see, let me tell you something. When you get to dancing with the devil, baby, you stay longer than you intend to stay. You start to do things that you said you would never do. Didn't even want them. Just figured I'd use them for my purpose. Oh, he could distribute the drugs in Florida. They won't see my face, thinking I know it all, thinking I'm smart. He left his wife. Took the daughter too. She moved in with us. He got me a house down in Florida. I had a boyfriend in Georgia. Living another life down in Florida. But who knows what goes around comes around. That very same man that I took was the same one that got on the stand and said, her right there. She did it, her right there. Yeah, he testified against me for a life sentence for himself. See, some people call it karma. Some people say what goes around comes around. I say God said, be not deceived. God is not mocked. Whatever you sow, that you shall reap. You don't get the right to say how it come back around. No, it didn't come back in around of somebody taking my husband. I ain't had no husband for nobody to take. It came back in the form of, God said, you my child and you know better. So I got to sit you down. That day when I got sentenced, I ain't had no understanding. Turned around and looked at my mother.
It's all right.
And that I caused it. Looked at my sister. My mother went from a size 14 to maybe a size 8 in a matter of a week at trial. What could I do? I was caught. Couldn't do nothing but walk away, walk of shame. They transferred me back to the jail, and I laid there and laid there and laid there for about 4 days. Wouldn't get on the phone so much the guards came back there saying, your mother calling, they worried about you, your family worried about you. Couldn't shake it. Then I had to remember, it don't matter how far you are, you still a child of God. I had to get up. See, sometimes when we fall in our mess, you can't lay there and wallow in it. You wallow in it, guess what? That's when that defeat set in. That's when that negative mindset set in. Anxiety, everything. You get the guilt. Guilt to take you out. Stress to take you out. I had to get up and tell myself, girl, you more than a conqueror. Greater is he that's in me than he that's in the world. I had to dust that thing up off me. See, sometimes when you go through things, you be looking for people to be there. They don't be there. Sometimes it's just between you and God. In this battle, this was between me and God. I was big and bad enough to do it. I had to be big and bad enough to get through it. So time went on. They transferred me to prison. Mind you, I had never been in no trouble. I didn't know what to think. Got in prison around, back then in Tallahassee, it was maybe 1,200, 1,500 women. In a room like this, just one open big room with beds lined up next to each other, lined up. It's about 120, 200 women in one big room. And I was saying, Lord, where have I landed? And I was saying, well, you know, looking for this and looking for that. I didn't have my sister there to fight for me no more. My friends wasn't there to fight for me no more. We was a tight crew. Then I had to go through this on my own. I had to learn my way. Was it hard? Of course it was hard. I didn't understand. I couldn't really get with the prison. I ain't had nothing in common with these people, I felt like. I felt like I had done hit rock bottom. A twin-size bed? I wasn't even raised in a twin-size bed. Let alone, where's the thread count on the sheets? Was no thread count, baby. God said, I'll bring you down, all the way down, for you to realize you know better and you know who I am. You know, when you're a child of God, you get whooped the hardest because you know better. Much more is required from you. So I got in prison, and like I said, I couldn't adapt at first. So, you know, they came along with acting like Peter. They had to, you know, reach out and touch sometime. But eventually I've been to get it together, and I had to start to tell myself, Shay, this won't be like this always. You won't be here. Yeah, they sent you to 30 years, and in federal prison, 30 years is 30 years. There is no good thing. You do 85% of that. And I was saying, no way will I be here for 30 years. No way will I be here for 30 years. And I couldn't understand people's so-called friends. The people that I took here and took there and did this, paid mortgage, paid rent, carpet, where was they? Nobody was there to be found. Yes, I had my family, I had my main friends, but those, you know, you looking for people to be there. People will let you down. You know, we get into stuff and we want to get on the phone and call our friends and, girl, let me tell you what happened. You want to throw a pity party. Little do you know, baby, they throwing an after party, talking about you. Saying, guess what? Don't say I told you. Don't say I told you this. But they throwing a party. The only person you could talk to, I had to talk to God and tell God. And then see, when you're going through things like a caterpillar in that butterfly stage, when you're in the most important stage, God don't want nobody around. If you touch a caterpillar when he excreting the enzyme, you would kill him. He won't become a butterfly. I had to go through that to become the woman that I was destined to be to begin with. There's paths set out for us. But, you know, I chose to go this way. But I know, how many know God will bring it back full circle? He'll bring it back full circle. We have to learn to truly, truly believe and take him at his word. When you know the word and you know better, even if you don't really know it, you have to tell God what he said, what he means. So guess what I do? I don't like for nobody to throw up in my face what I be and did for them. But guess what I do to God? I throw his word back up in his face. God, you said you'll loose the prisoners. I'm a prisoner. Loose me. God, you said that I was greater and see that's in me. God, show me. I need you. Show up in my life. So I begin to say, every day I get up. Anybody that was in prison with me would tell you, I never believed I'd do 30 years. I didn't know when I'd be released, but I knew it wouldn't be 30 years. I wrote the Senate so many times, you would have thought I was a congressman the way I wrote them people. The people used to laugh at me in the prison. I had a vision board up on the wall. Or, you know, oh, you writing them again? Sure is. Writing to send Obama and Trump Christmas cards. I didn't care. Guess what? I was on a mission. And my mission was to get out that prison because I didn't belong there. And however I had to do it, that's what I did. I wrote, I talked, I advocated to anybody. Had my mother and them calling this person, that person, call to D.C. My sister was in front of the White House picketing with my picture. Let my sister go. See, you got to have a support system. You need a support system. You know, sometimes we think we can just do everything on our own. You got to have that one person that you know without a shadow of doubt, they got my back. And we have to stop being so catty towards one another. Women, we could be some of the most cattiest people on the earth for no reason. No reason at all. If you see your sister, like she said earlier, if you see your sister in need, help your sister. Don't talk about her. What you talking about her for? Help her. If you can do something. Sometimes we get so worried about who can do this better or who can do that better. It's not about that, baby. It's about helping each other. It's about a common goal. Us being better in a better position than we was before. Support one another. Encourage your sisters. You have to. It's imperative. How do y'all think the next generation can move on? We fell in the generation behind us. Want to sit up there like we got it all together. You don't got it all together. No, you ain't go to prison like I did, but you done did something. But if you keep quiet about it, how you going to help the ones behind you? You can't help them because you sitting up here like, oh, I ain't never, yes, you did. You just didn't get caught. Nobody just knew about it, but you did it. We have to open up our mouth and speak. Help those behind us. We have to push this generation forward because the generation is lost. Was I a problem? Yes, I was, but now I'm part of the solution. I do everything I can to help young kids, young women. I tell anybody anything. I sold dope. I sure did. I did this, I did that, I sure did. Not embarrassed to buy it. No, why should I be embarrassed? If it's something you went through, I don't care what it was. Your story is for God's glory. And your story is to help others get to where they need to be. But if you keeping quiet, you're hindering anybody from going forward. So as I went on, I began to just believe that I was going home. So much so, I started to write. And they'd be saying, where you going? What you doing? What you writing for? You ain't going home. Girl, shut up. You ain't talking to me. I am going home. God, nobody couldn't tell me. The devil in hell couldn't tell me that I wasn't going home. Did it get hard? Sometimes it was plenty nights I cried myself to sleep. Nobody could see it because in the morning, guess what I did? Woke up with a smile on my face. Good morning, y'all. Hey, how y'all doing? You never knew. You never knew. But guess what? I never lost faith. I always believed that day was going to come. I planned and I'd be walking and saying, Andy, what you walking so fast for? On a mission, going home, got purpose. That's what I'm doing. They said, I thought you said you was going home. Like you said last year was your year. I am. I'm going home this year. When your date? This year. Spoken and spoken and spoken and spoken. God denied clemency. We thought I was going to get it. Senator Cory Booker had recommended that I get it. Senator Rick Durbin had recommended I get it. It was denied. Filed again. It was denied again. Could not understand it. And each time it knocked me down. I get so discouraged. Because I'm saying, I'm a first-time nonviolent offender. I didn't kill anybody. Why am I still here? I know I'm supposed to come home. Then that last time, before Obama was getting ready to leave office, he had what he called the clemency initiatives. And it was 10 criteria that you had to meet. I met all 10 of them. Guess what? I still was denied. It was a girl, her name was Kristen Breed, stayed in the unit with me. She was off from one of the criteria. She hadn't served 10 years yet. And I said to her, I said, Kristen, you not gonna apply for clemency? She said, no, I don't have 10 years in. I said, still try. Sometimes you still got to do so. I don't care what the criteria is. You still have to step out on faith and try it anyway. She said, well, I don't know what to do. I said, I got you. I'll let you copy my paperwork. Just change my name to your name and change my son's name to your son's name. Guess what, y'all? She got clemency. And I was still in prison. And I really was like, now, wait a minute, God, now how she get, that's my paperwork. But it wasn't my time. It was not my time yet. And guess what I had to do? I had to be a big girl and be okay and be happy for Kristen. That Kristen got to go. Okay, I'm still here, but that showed me God is still on the throne. He's still working. Shay, your day is coming. Just hold tight. Went on, got a little wild, got a little carried away. They shipped me. And I went out to Kentucky. My mother didn't follow me from every prison. I think we went to about 5 prisons. They followed me all around. And got out to Kentucky, then compassion release came out. We said, we'll try that. I tried everything. The judge probably was sick of me. Sick of me. Keep putting in for stuff that don't even matter. But guess what? It didn't matter. Well, I felt like something was going to come through. You see me standing here today. Something had to come through. See, I was in a physical prison. Physically, my body was locked up. Mentally, I was never there. I'm home now. People, I've been home 1 year. People say, how long you did? I did 13 years, 10 months, and 20 days. I left my son, he was 10 years old. He's 25 now. But guess what? Let me tell you about the grace of God. I don't look nothing like what I've been through. Nothing like what I've been through. You can't even tell my age. If you look at me, you'll never know I even been to prison. Never know. Yeah, I tell people, guess what? Just call me Meshach and Reshach and Abednego sister. Because I don't even smell like smoke. Don't look like I've been through the fire, but I've been through it, and now it's for a reason, and this is my reason. To tell people, to, keep kids from going to prison and to help women. We could do anything we choose to do. You could be anything you want to be. But what's holding you back? What prison are you in today? What's your prison? Is your prison fear? Oh, false evidence appearing real. Because that's all it is. My biggest fear was that my mother wasn't going to be alive when I came home. I used to say, God, please let my parents be alive. Guess what? She right there. Not a bag under her eye. She healthy. Ain't on no medication. Not so much as high blood medication. She ain't on nothing. 70 years old. My father's still in New Jersey, healthy, preaching the word of God. That fear was for nothing. So I encourage you today. What you fearful for? What's the thing that you've been wanting to do but you feel like you just can't do it? What is it? It's something. What's holding you back? What you allowing to keep you in that same position that you've been in? Letting them people you keep going to punch a clock, know you don't want to work for nobody, but don't want to start your own business. What's holding you back? Ain't nothing in it. I used to tell when we get into somebody, we tell them ain't nothing but air and opportunity. I'm telling you, ain't nothing but air and opportunity in between what you want to do and where you need to get to go. You ain't too old. It ain't never too late to do what you want to do. You have to realize you was created for a purpose that nobody else can feel but you. But if you just let fear paralyze you, baby, you'll be stuck in that same position. You'll leave this world and be there and boarded your destiny. Never reach where God had you to reach because you're too scared to step out on faith. Doing hair. No, you could do hair still standing up in the kitchen of your house instead of going to get you a building to do it in. Them kids, that's another one. That's another prison. You feel like you do everything for your kids, but you still doing this and doing that and doing that, and they acting wayward. Baby, sometimes you just got to let go and tell God, God, I give them to you. You gave them to me. I'm giving them back to you. Can't let them run you in the ground. What other prison you in? Stress for no reason. Y'all know stress kill, right? What's holding you back today? What are the things that you desire that's in the innermost part of your heart, but you just won't do it? That financial debt that you just stay in, robbing Peter to pay Paul, beating a check on Monday. That ain't what you was created to do. God said, you know what the word say, you blessed going in, you blessed coming out. You're a lender, not a bar. You better learn to get up in the morning time and speak it over your life. Every morning I got up in that prison, I had to put one foot in front of the other. If I could just put one foot out that bed on that ground, I knew it would be okay. And I tell myself, one day you're going to be walking out the doors. And I would sit there and I would envision myself walking out the doors. Got so bad I called my mother and told her, Mom, this is what I want you to bring when I get released. Have me this. This is what I want to wear when I walk out the prison doors. Told her, Mom, oh, I need a bed. I see the bed I want. Order this bed for me. I was preparing because I knew, guess what? I would be laying in that bed. I didn't care what nobody thought. See, this is the thing you got to get out of. Worrying about what this person and that person say. Go on about your business anyway. Anyway. Do what you want to do. I don't care what nobody got to say. People going to talk anyway. Let them talk. Still do what you want to do. Don't be hindered by people. People will keep you tied down where they at because they too scared to do something. All it takes is belief and a little hard work and a little grind. That's all it takes. On January 13, 2021, guess what, y'all? I walked out them prison doors. Bet you I ain't served 30 years. Bet you I ain't served 30 years. And everything that I prayed for, guess what? It's happening. Why? Because I believed. Been home, like I said, 1 year. Able to have a car. Got a job, paying half of $100 a year. Book about to come out, be out May 15th. T-shirt line started, all in the course of 1 year. Why? Because I believed in myself. People, they could say what they want to say about me. Guess what you won't say? She complacent. She stuck. Call me a felon. That's okay. I'm a front runner, eliminating labels, overcoming negativity. What are you? Call me what you want to call me. But you'll never call me stuck, baby. You'll never call me don't believe. You'll never say she doubt. You'll never say that. I encourage you ladies today to go after any dream you have in your heart. Anything you desire is yours for the taking. If you look at me and you see that I only been home in 1 year and I'm accomplishing my goals, what you think you can do? Ain't no difference between me and you. Our blood bleed the same way. We got the same blood. We come from the same bloodline. But see, sometimes y'all need to be reminded y'all queens. You come from a kingdom bloodline. Y'all know who y'all brother was? Y'all brother was the baddest man to walk this earth, Jesus. Yes. But you forget. If you let people just call you whatever, baby, boo, don't call me boo. Boo mean ugly. Don't call me that. But if you allow it, you don't realize what people speaking over your life. No, baby, you a queen. Know what your bloodline is. Know who you are. Believe in yourself. If you don't believe in you, I believe in you. And the things that you make happen for others, God will make happen for you. Don't be so selfish. Don't be so close-fist, thinking sister girl gonna get further than you in life. The same way he blessed her, the same way he could bless you. I would write paperwork. Girls be going home. And then I get aggravated. I called my mother one day. I was like, Mom, I just don't understand. Tanya done went home now. Man, I wrote her, why am I still here? I started saying, God, whatever it is, just go ahead and tell me. Make it real, real plain so I could go. What else I need to do? But it just was not my time. But baby, when it's your time, it's your time. And it ain't nothing nobody can do about it when it's your season, when it's your time. Miss Jessica was dancing not too long ago. Ministering and being prophetic. She didn't know what my family had been through. She didn't know how my mother cried, how my mother almost went crazy, lost all that weight. But guess what, Lorraine? It's your season, girl. Your baby girl home now. It's over. She didn't know. My sister lost her day, lost her homes, lost her businesses. She didn't know. All trying to raise my son, raise my cousins, because me and my aunt was gone. Guess what, Kim? The wait is over, baby girl. And when it's your season, be unapologetic about it. Don't feel like you got to dumb yourself down for nobody. Because when you was in that darkness and in that storm, that was you by yourself. They wasn't with you. They was on the outside looking in. They don't know the hell you go through at night. They don't know what go on in your household. Free yourself today. I don't care what it is. Be a man that you know ain't no good and he don't mean you no good. Let him go. I don't care how old you are. Baby, you can get a man when you can't get nothing else.
Say that. Say that.
You get a man when you can't get a loan from the bank, baby. They could, guess what? They make in all shapes and sizes. Don't allow yourself to be stuck in no prison because you feel like you got to have that man. Love on yourself. Look in the mirror and tell yourself, I am enough. When you learn to do that, everything opens up to you. The world will just open up to you, the universe. I'm single because I choose to be single. I don't want to be tied down. I was tied down almost 14 years. I'm living my life, living out my dreams. And when the time comes, guess what? All right, I'll be in a relationship, but for now, no. And I'm not going to let society make me feel like that's what I got to do. You be on the outside sometime looking in, everybody around you, your friends are married, they happy. And you think, oh, I want that, I want that. You don't even know how many times that man don't come home during the week. While you hollering, you want something.
Better say it.
You don't know what she going through. You don't know how many other women, what she got to deal with. You don't need that headache. Get what's for you and not what you think is for you. Looking on the outside, looking at other women, just admiring it. You don't know what she going through. People used to look at me, oh, I love that bag and them shoes and trying to keep up with me. Baby, you couldn't keep up with me. I had dope money. You working a regular job. But Jay was on the outside looking in. You can't do that. Outside looking in, baby, get you boxed up. Get you boxed up. Believe in yourself. Go forward in what you need to do for you to be free, totally free. Free in spirit, free in mind, free in purpose. Don't leave this life, don't leave this earth and not do what you were created to do. Don't be scared. Allow yourself to get out of that prison and to go forth. Every morning, get up and speak over your life. On my mirror, right now I have goals that I believe that I need, that I want. And on my mirror in my bathroom, that's where it's written out at. I see it every time I go in there, in the morning, in the afternoon, whenever I go in there. I see those words. I visualize it. And I know it's going to come. And I have my verse, Luke 1:37. Nothing is impossible with God. Nothing. See, this is the thing. When God bring you through that storm, it ain't nothing nobody could tell you. I don't know about y'all, but there ain't nothing nobody can tell me. You can't tell me that he won't move mountains because I done seen him move them. You can't tell me that he ain't a deliverer because I done seen him deliver. You can't tell me that he ain't a keeper because I done seen him be a keeper. Kept my family, kept my friends. Those that ain't in my life, they wasn't meant to be in my life. And thank God you ain't, because get where I'm going, I ain't got to, guess what? I ain't got to look back and take care of them. Glad you gone. Glad you wasn't there. Don't think that you always got to have a whole crew. Sometimes it only take a few to hold you up when you need it the most. I had the dopest homegirls on this earth. Can't tell me nothing about my friends. They cheer me on. They support me. You see it. They here. And the ones that ain't here, guess what? They still support me in other ways. And that's what you need. She said it earlier. Surround yourself with people who want to see you win. Don't keep being boxed in a prison because you feel like, oh, we've been friends since the sandbox. Y'all been friends in the sandbox and y'all gonna still be in the same place with each other because guess what? She don't want to see you grow. Ain't trying to help you grow. But you don't want to leave her where she at. Sometimes you got to go on and move on and then come back and reach and get her. It's okay to say bye. It's okay to let things go. Everything ain't meant to be for a lifetime.
That's right.
Yeah, it hurt. But it's for your good. I didn't understand it. Did I cry? Yeah, I cried sometime. Was I hurt when that dude took the stand on me? Of course I was. Hurt when so-called friends got up there? Yeah, I was hurt. I got over it. It took some time. I ain't become bitter. Y'all know what bitter look like. Them bitter old women sitting there, bitter old men. Who wants to be around grumpy, bitter people? Nobody. Don't allow anything to get you so far down that you just be bitter and just stuck. I want to see y'all win. I look at Joanne. She went through it for this event, but it happened. She didn't give up. And like I told Shauna Joanne, this the first year, baby. You'll still have next year. And it'll be big. It'll be the second annual Freedom. Keep going, keep pushing. Don't give up. And y'all don't give up on her. Support her here in Birmingham and Bessemer. I want y'all to see outside the box here. It doesn't matter if you come from a little country town. I come from a little town, Lakewood, New Jersey. But I always had big dreams. I just went about it the wrong way the first time. Always been a big dreamer. My mom used to take us over to the city as a little girl in New York, shopping and everything. And I used to just be looking at the lights in the building, attracted to it. Yeah, I seen the lights in the building, but I seen them flashing lights too. But I know this time around, it'll be better. Anything that I lost, it was okay. It wasn't meant for me to have. God gonna give it back to me double fold. And this time ain't nobody gonna be able to take it. Not the feds, not the DEA, not the IRS, and nobody else. So I tell you again, I just encourage you women, to go forward, to be great. Be mighty warriors. Don't let nothing hold you back. Nothing. Nothing at all. Put your mind to it. Dream it, achieve it, and believe it. That's my thing. Dream it, believe it, and achieve it. Go after it with all your might. Forget the naysayers. Let them talk, girl. I like when they talk. Because guess what? When they see what God did, they say, yeah, you thought it couldn't happen, but it happened. Be encouraged. Get out of that rut that you're in. Don't let nothing hold you back. Nothing at all. You're more than conquerors. You mighty warriors. But you have to believe it. If you can believe it, guess what? You can achieve it. I'm a standing testimony, guys. It can happen, it will happen. Be positive. Never ever give up. I don't care what it looked like. 5 years went by, I was still there. 6 years went by, I was still there. 10 years went by, I was still there. 11 years, I was still there. 12 years, I was still there. But on that 13th year, God's extra portion, that 13th year, they put a letter under the door. I had COVID, and I was in quarantine. And the note said, Corinne said you going home. The judge signed your papers. And I was like, what? Do Corinne know what she talking about? Because my friend, Corinne, she a little out there. I said, do she know what she talking about? I couldn't sleep that night. That was a Wednesday night. That Thursday, case manager came around. I said, you got some good news for me? He said, nah, number.ma.com. They still wouldn't let me use the phone. That Friday morning, that Peter jumped in my spirit again. And y'all gonna let me use the telephone. Hey. They gave me a 5-minute phone call. I called my mom. She said, girl, you know you coming home, right? I said, Ma, is it true? She said, it's true. And here I stand. In my right mind, spirit, body, healthy. He brought me through, and I know he'll bring you through whatever you go through. On them lonely nights, just tell him. It don't take a lot to reach out to God. It don't got to be in no holier than thou spiritual form. Tell him what you want. Tell him what you need. Give his word back to him and watch him do it. Watch him do it. And remember to tell somebody what he did for you. Remember to tell him that it was him that brought me through. Don't let pride set in and think it was all you, just all you. Remember to give him glory. Remember to give him honor. And watch what he do in your life. Watch the difference that he make in your life. Let them people talk. Let them naysayers say whatever they choose to say, baby. They call me whatever. It does not even matter to me. Because I know I'm a lender and not a borrower. I'm the head and not the tail. I'm above and I'm not beneath. And one thing I do know is, it's over and I am free. I'm going to say this and then I'm going to go. It got to the point, guess what? I changed my name in prison. Guess what my name was? Free. Free. Told them, don't call me Angie no more. My name Free. Guess what? Free is free. Joanne, I thank you so much for having me. Shauna, you know I love you to pieces, baby. I thank each and every one of you women that was here. The beauty, the ceremony, master of ceremony, our music. I thank my family. I love y'all, my friends, my cousins. I'm just so happy. My aunts, thank you for supporting me. Thank you for being there for me. Thank you for always encouraging me. My sister, thank you for being my #1 cheerleader. Girl, raised my son, never gave up. We might have fought when we was younger, but when the time was needed, she always been there. I love each and every one of y'all with the love of God. And remember, believe it, dream it, achieve it.
Let's go. I don't know what you're going through, but we stopped by to tell you that what's in front of you is bigger than what's behind you. Your destiny, your promise, your future. You might as well shout before you get it. Because God sent me here to tell you that what he has for you is gonna be big. That all I was worth.